I could collapse this. As you can see, this is organized. So I have the master layer, I have my shapes. I could hide all the shapes, hide the background, hide the background and the shape. So on this layer for the group shapes, I have my cube and I have my sphere. So I'm going to make another group under shapes. I'll call this cone. So I'll double click after creating a group cone. And inside the cone, I'll zoom in here, middle mouse button click. I'll create a layer. I'll call this cone 01 right there. And with that, I will start off with, I'll left click the rectangle tool and choose ellipse, select, and I'll create a cone base like this. And again, you can move it afterwards and you could change the shape. So let's do something like this. And you press enter. So now that's the selection there. What I'll do next is I'll select the lasso tool in free select mode here. You can press F as well, and I'll click here, just click. I'll go up to like here, click here. Oh, well, actually, let me undo that, pressing escape. I want to make sure this is an add mode, selection mode. From the lassos and add, so that it would add to the current selection. So I'll click here, click on top, click over here, and then click there. And I could adjust what I see. I can zoom in. This looks kind of crooked, so I could just hover, adjust the look over here to what looks right. And when that's done, I can press enter, and now that whole thing is combined. So actually, this is the base cone. So I'll take this base cone. So now with the cone, with this one, it'll just be one selection. So we'll just keep it there. Again, with this not airbrush tool, if I click and choose a paintbrush tool, I'll click here. Make sure that's 00 in HSV. I'll put it 50% as the base color. So we'll start off with the base again, and I'll make sure the size and the hardness is 100%. The size, well, it's too big there, and I'll just paint to make sure the base color is filled. And I'll just do it on the layer here. So then next, I want to do the highlights. So I could click on, well, actually, not that. I'll put this back. The tool options. I dragged that out, but you could drag it and put it back in to go back into the interface here. And that should actually be here. So you can move the things around in the user interface here. So on this, actually, I was trying to click airbrush, and with that, I'll click here to choose HSV, and I'll choose a brighter color. Press OK. I'll lower the size, and I'll zoom out just to see from here with the minus sign, or you could hold Control and roll your mouse. Brush. Oh, that's really small. Okay, I'll make it bigger. We're using the square bracket next to the P key. The color, I guess that's bright enough. I press OK. And oh, the hardness is too high. I want to make that low. And then I could paint it, but that's too sharp. So I'll make the brush bigger. Oh, that might work. I might do it a little smaller using the open square bracket next to the P. I'll just do it in one stroke like this. and it adds up, so that makes it brighter up here because the light's coming from this direction, or at least that's how I'm assuming it. And I could, you know, narrow that some more. And do so I wanted to make this, that's too focused. Bring that bigger. I'll do that right here. Okay, so let's say that's where the highlight's coming from. Now we're gonna get the darker area, so I'll hold Control to sample the base color again, and click here, so it's around 50%. I'll lower it to darker for the value, and then I could paint like that. And I'll do the side as well because it's round, so the area it's facing would be bright, but as it goes to the round off in the corner, it starts getting dark, and the values could help you visualize that. So we have that. Just do the corner some more like that. And now, okay, so we did the base color, the pretty much the lighting and highlights. Now I'm going to build up the shadows. Well, the shadow over here, and now I'm going to do the bounce light, which is again about bright. So, I'll hold Control while in Paintbrush to sample that color. And now the bounce light is more on the bottom. So I'll just paint that. The bounce light, that's the light, secondary light that's bouncing off the environment, and it's taking up the color from the environment that it bounced off of and slightly lighting this up. So just a little bit. All right, and then the last thing, I'm gonna do the shadow. So I'll add a new layer, put that as shadow, and I'll put that shadow under. I'll click, press cancel, I'll press D to reset it, or you can click here to reset the color. And I'll press select none, so I get rid of the selection, and I'll zoom out a bit while I'm in the shadow layer, which is below the layer that I painted here, the shadow layer here, dark. And we could paint, whoops, and yeah, we could paint the shadow how we think it will be. If you were using the paintbrush tool, it's kind of sharp here, but I'm wondering if this as a tool, using just the basic stuff, we'll make it bigger. Let's see. Nah, oh, this could work. It's change the size a bit. It might build up a little better. You could try it to see what works out. Lower the hardness so it's more feathery. And the thing is, the spacing, you could see, you could lower the spacing so they're more together. So, but I also think it's kind of, you know, really dark, so I'm lowering the opacity of the brush, and then I try to build it up that way. I'm using Control Z to get rid of that. So I think, yeah, that might work. And then, yeah, and then I'll use the erase brush in this case, and just erase. And the thing is, this is a cone, so you might want to make it look pointy, kind of, for the shadow to make it feel like. So this is the general idea, right? So it's just practice to, and tuning it, Control Z there, tuning it to make it feel correct, right?
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.